Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom, rise and shine. It's that crisp morning air. It's just so sweet with nectar and blossoms. The guy's been out here this whole morning, seeds blowing in the air. He was cleaning up all of the trees, and I just waited for him to finish air blowing everything. And I'm just shining. I'm packing up to get out of this Airbnb. Lord knows where I will go, but I'm not scared to go. And that's the whole point of this morning's motivation is to walk before you talk. you know of course I got the burps as soon as I go, but walking and taking your mind for a walk or taking your thoughts for a walk seems to be the only way to alleviate some of these mental pains that we have. This is Saints Addiction. Leg out, subscribe, you already know. So it's one of those situations where you feel a certain type of way. I've experienced it several times this week. I was like wanting to take a nap, or maybe I was too high, or I don't know. When you know. You know what I mean? You just know when you know. And to shift that knowing into something else, into a different direction, into something that you want instead of the way that you feel, seems to be the trick of it all. Let me see here. And some of us, we never ever steer clear of our thoughts or our actions. We just feel the way that we feel. We're just rudderless boats. You know what I mean? I'm trying to adjust my samurai shorts, if you know what I'm saying, but always at the mercy of what's going to happen or what we think is going to happen in our minds. And then that's what ends up happening. We live in that realm and we never leave it. You know what I'm saying? And all of us are over here trying to make it in our real world. And then we'll just get in our minds and we'll be like, oh no, it doesn't work. What's going to happen? And then guess what? Nothing happens, is because our emotions are happening and we're just in our feels instead of in our action. And that's one of the biggest things that I see with people doing all the motherfucking time. And I'm just like, really? Is that what we want? Is that what we need? We need ourselves to get out of our mental instability, out of our mental weakness, or escape mental slavery, right? And then make our lives the way that we want it to be, make our minds the way that we want it to be, instead of the way that it is right now or currently. It can be susceptibly different, like I was telling my friends, right? Like, we can do this. And that's what we do. I was like, sitting here ain't going to do much. But when I get up, I don't know what button I pushed. Whatever, whenever I get back up, then guess what? I have a chance to change that energy inside of me. And then I wondered why I felt the way that I did before. It's such a trip, but it felt so strong. The nap, the high, the lazy, it all felt so strong. Like I did yesterday. I just got off the couch and just went for a workout. And that's me taking control over my brain, my activities, not it telling me what to do. And then I'm like chasing chocolate because someone called me, or what did my friend say? She was like, I was sexually assaulted in the airport. The girl literally put a knuckle against my clit. And I was like, that's a little visual, but are we over it? No, I went and bought some chocolates to make myself feel better. And I said, there it is. That's us running from what's inside instead of handling it in our mind. Instead of going like, okay, this mind feels a certain type of way and it's a battle zone or it's a safety mechanisms or one of the things is taking place. But that's probably the hardest thing to do, is to tell our mind what to do. That's the biggest, I think, aha moment for all of us in our lives, is to be able to tell our minds what the fuck is up, instead of it telling us, oh, you're not good enough, or my parents didn't love me, or nothing's possible, or I feel like shit, or we all drown in it. We all drown in our own mental rigmarole or whatever bullshit we be telling ourselves and feeling that day or whatever it is. Like I know, this is a war zone. And instead of it being a peacetime, peaceful activity, which it should be all the time in your mind, we end up stirring it up, stirring the pot, and making ourselves feel worse inside. And that's where it stops. That's where you can't hide. It's inside your mind. I mean, you can live in denial. That's not only a river in Egypt, right? But it's also, a small population of people that are in there with you. And then you have no more places to hide, no more places to run. You've done exhausted all of the extracurricular activities, everything from sex, masturbation to smoking. And then now it's like, oh shit, I can't run anymore. I can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. And that's why it's like I said, walk before you talk, because then your mind has all sorts of new endorphins and sensations and situations. The last of my tobacco, y'all, throwing it away. And then we're relieved ourselves of the mental masturbation of whatever we had inside of ourselves. This fucking planes are just taking off today. They just don't want to shut up, even if it could be anything. It's just being loud, of course. As soon as I do the morning motivation, all the planes are taking off. But god damn, this is gassy. Join Weed Club, baby. Join Weed Club. Weed Club's getting improvements. I just got off the phone, or I got a message from our coder Miles, and he's like, yo, I'm adding all sorts of cool shit from proximity apps. So people that are close to you that, might have weed in case you run out of weed, or in a country where you need to know the rules and the regulations, or maybe you need a plug. And isn't that what we all need? All we need is a plug and some love. Yeah, I thought so. But this is what it is. This is our lives as we spin it. And I'm grateful for it, bro. I really am. I'm truthful and grateful that I was like, I don't know all the secrets to say. I try every day to leak it, because I got away from it. I got away from mental slavery. I got away from the corporate lifestyle and doing the same thing over and over. I got away from my fear. I got away from my overweightness. I don't even know what to call that. My gluttony. I got away from my addictions. I got away from the feelings that were torturing me, basically. I mean, the whole time it was just in my mind, and I'm just like, these things are already taking place. And this is why I have these conversations every day. It's like, we are our minds, we are our thoughts, and those turn into action. Maybe you didn't want that kind of action, but maybe it was a reaction. Maybe it's a knee-jerk reaction where you say certain things and act a certain way just because that's your default programming. A lot of us are that way. We just said, hey, I'm not going to talk to nobody on the bus today. Wear my headphones. I don't want to be social. I want to block out the world. I want to block out my blessings. I don't want to learn any lessons. And then we'll just be stressing. And the best thing we can do is walking, exercising, communicating, getting with friends, do other sources to get ourselves out of this tense, intense situation that we created in our own minds, where we're just like, okay, yeah, sure, our lives aren't as perfect as we want them to be. I'm sure everybody would like to interrupt this current programming with make money and I'll cry in my Ferrari type shit. But I'm here to say, man, life is such a blessing, bro. Like, I mean, it's the best things in life are free, like love and time with friends and the audacity of our eyes to see new beginnings and situations. And that's what I see. I see many things, and I'm just like, I can't believe my eyes get to see this before I die. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know when I'm going to die, but I will die. And then this is what it is. And I've always looked forward because I've been so young. And now I'm looking towards the end, and I'm just like, man, I want more time. If I was to do a deal with the devil, it would just be to have a double life. And isn't that what karma's about? I think so. Isn't that what our karma's about? Get off me, bitch. Get off me, bitch. Come on. I said, get off me, bitch. This thing doesn't want to work. Did you see this sitch? Come on, Weed Club. We got to keep it working, girl. You know how we just how to like it, girl. And then we're going to smoke. And then we're going to joke. And we're going to take my ass out of this apartment and go find another place to live. And just like that, I'm not stressing not 1 second of this life. And that's what I learned in South Korean prison when it was the worst of the worst. And I'm just like, oh no, I done fucked up my own life. How did I get here? How did I find myself in a South Korean prison? That was no fun. How did I find myself torn up for a half year of my life, losing relationships and losing money and losing hair? I'm sure of it. Just from all that stress of me just wanting to smoke weed, me wanting to be free mentally and physically. You know what I mean? So let me throw this away. Got all the trash up today. Got all my groceries. Got all my toiletries. We packed up. We leaving, bro. The trash, everything away, and leave this house clean like I found it. My mind in a different direction, because that's what I want it to be. I want to be mentally free, and I want you to bless up with me. This is definitely Saints Addiction. So as we go outside, and there's a little bit of shine between the clouds, I'll take it. I'll take my mind for a walk real quick with you. I don't know if you've ever seen a post that's reconnecting. I don't know if you've ever seen a postman like this, but that's how they drive the post office around here. It's pretty cool. So yeah, dude, taking your mind for a walk is one of the things that you have to prove to yourself, that the programming that you're feeling is changeable. Like, that's the biggest aha moment I got in my life, was that I didn't have to stay in that lane. They say stay in your lane. I got a stay in your lane shirt, but it's also get out of your brain. Get out of your own way. There's got to be a way where you can communicate with yourself and say, the way that I'm feeling doesn't have to take place. And I'm going to bless up with that. That already. Is that another jet I hear? Yep, another one. I just got outside here and all taking off, bro. And I need to take off too. I'm doing the morning motivation when I should be packing. But I already packed, so let's light up. Bless up. Bless up. Rise up. Make your mind work for you instead of against you. Come up with different programming. I think it's the most powerful thing you'll ever get to do in your life, but to program yourself instead of living in a disaster. I think somebody called me. Of course, their timing. But I wanted my life to be a certain way. Oh, that was tasty. I said I wanted to travel the world, and I did. I said I wanted to smoke weed while I did my business, and I do. I said I wanted to be successful, and I am. I just keep pinching myself. Like last night, I did somebody's business cards in an hour, even designed them, made $250, and I was just like, not for nothing. There's a lot of people that got to do some slutty shit for that kind of money. And I decided to do some smart shit. I said, you know what, if I'm going to work hard at it, and I do, this will be something that can relieve me in the future. That I know that I built something consistently that I can use for my own, not only profit, but my own exit. To exit this kind of lifestyle where everybody else is just sitting around complaining. Whether they're in Finland, Turkey, or Thailand, motherfuckers sitting around complaining. And they got everything. Fresh water, food, nature, and still they'll find a way to bitch about it. We don't even appreciate it, and that's why our minds need to go for a walk. Don't just talk to yourself. Don't just leave it in this realm to bounce around inside your fucking brain cavity and bounce off the walls inside of here, and now you're bouncing off the walls and you don't even see straight. No, I wanted you to be right. On the inside, not on the outside where it's fakery and can disappear, but on the inside where I could sit here and appear and make it real. I really am in Finland. The sun really is shining, and I really did build a business, and all those things were something that I wanted to pinch myself for, and I couldn't believe. Here we go. Here's what the postman looks like in Finland. You get the older ladies, everybody's walking around, and this is who delivers your packages. Isn't that a trip on an electric scooter, no less? So life's a full trip. People are still checking trash cans to recycle when you're almost making 50 euros, 40 cents euro per plastic jug. It's a real thing, and I'm just gonna keep smoking because this is one of the blessed joints I've had in a long time. My friend said that his birthday. Hey man, I want to come over. I haven't seen you in a long time. Come through. He's like, do you need any weed? He's like, hell yeah, I do. He comes up with some of the gassiest, most tastiest weed I've had since I've been here. Amen. And Join Weed Club will have a proximity app so you can find a friend, because a friend with weed is a friend indeed, and sometimes that's all we need. Sometimes that's all we need is just somebody to smoke weed with, someone to talk to. I'm gonna launch a dating app as part of it. Reliable models, faceless porn, all of it. It's just all coming rapid fire, and I've already learned how to do Opus Clip, and now I've been doing video in a sec, editing my own videos instead of outsourcing it and having a headache. Now I can do yours too. We built a team, bro. And now my team is coming here for the dream, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Mass will be here, and then we'll get to interview him and see why he joined the team and why he believes and how hard he's been working on Intersect.ai. It's all part of the dream, baby. And I do have to tell myself that I have to relax, trust in the universe, just keep putting in my work, keep putting it in consistently, knowing that I didn't do a detriment to myself, but I was always helping myself out, making phone calls, expanding my LinkedIn, making connections, reaching out to friends. Even if the salesman wanted to flake, I thought how close he was to being part of a team and men's mental health, and he ran from it. He blocked us both. He said, I'm not interested anymore. Block, block. And I was just like, man, you so close. So close to the winner's circle. And that's how I feel. I don't know where I'm going to live. I don't have anybody. But I'm this close to the winner's circle. So the first two don't even matter. It's a mind trick. It's a Jedi mind trick to trick yourself into moving, to trick yourself to have bravery, to go, even though all of the signals are going like, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. But there's so much to thrive. You don't just want to survive. You want to thrive. You don't just want to watch people dance. You want to dance. And even though I didn't know how to dance, I still fucked up and danced with my girl Maria in Sao Paulo. You know, I'm in Brazil, and their hips are moving crazy, and I can't even do what they were doing. You know what I mean? They're basically humping on the fucking dance floor, and I could see why. My one guy, he was shorter than me, and he was fucking making all the girls spin, and they're all waiting on the side. Ooh, pick me, pick me, pick me. We all want to dance, man. Don't just watch people dance. Don't just watch people eat. Don't just watch people on the gram. You know, get off this thing. I keep saying it. I'm the only one saying it. Everybody else is like, binge watch me, and I'm so awesome. I'm like, fuck that, dude. I'm the mistake master, bro. I'm the one that had a disaster, and I just got back up. Resiliency. I just got back up. Endurance. I just got back up. Persistence. You know, get some of that. Get some of that, because the rest of them, they'll just keep it cyclical. Patterns. Behaviors. You know, they'll isolate. I heard that was 6 times worse than alcohol is isolation for human beings. I believe that. I believe that. With all my heart and soul, I believe that. On a stack of Bibles as tall as me, you know, I believe that. What we believe, we can achieve. And if we also believe in the failure, then that's what we're going to achieve. We don't give it enough gratitude. Thank you, sunshine. Oh, man, that was like Allah. You know, Allah is what they would say in Turkish. Allah. And it's just like a reverence for life. 5 times a day, getting up in the morning and saying, you know, I still have some praise. You know, and I'm not pointing Brug to the east. It's not like that at all. I've even practiced Buddhism in South Korea and went all the way to the temple at the bottom of the. Did I do that before or after South Korean prison? See, I can't even remember so high. But I definitely went, and they even had some Nazi symbols before the Nazis used it. So there's the swastika, but they don't call it a swastika, so that's interesting. You know what I mean? It's just the whole thing where I can go in the realms in my mind and tell it what to do instead of it telling me what to do. And that, I think, is the biggest Walk it like you talk it moment of my life, lyrics on shirts was just like that. I got up and now my muscles are sore from yesterday. And now it's time to move into another place and just let this land take me, you know? Let the heavens above, Sky Daddy, whoever you believe, the universe, and just take me. Take me on a journey, man. I'm not scared anymore. You know, I'm serious with that shit. I'm not scared, even in the slightest. So many times being homeless, so many times still making it happen, so many times going in a different direction, so many times being intrepid. And that's what it is. You know, you got to have some bravery in your life. You got to brave your own mind. You know what I mean? You got to have a strong jaw, because you know life, that bitch like to punch. And usually it's a sucker punch. It's like something that's guttural, you know, like a kidney, and you're just like, oh, bitch, no, you just didn't. You know what I'm saying? And then you'd have to go down, take a knee, take a breather. Sometimes you're going out in a stretcher. Y'all know. Y'all know. Everybody knows. But it's like, is this what defines me? You know? Is this what makes me, or is this what breaks me? Is this the type of shit that I'm gonna let sitting down? I remember one time, I'll tell you a quick story too. He blocked me, but I'll shout out to you. Pay attention. Your boy, James Atencio. You know, the tencio, the tension, the attention. Pay attention, baby. Because you start paying attention, then attention paid me. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. You know, once you start paying attention to your patterns, to your behaviors, to your attitude, it's not enough to just talk it. You got to walk it. And once you take this talk for a walk, I promise you it changes its tone. I was setting up for First Friday, all my belongings, the day before the Saturday, the first Hemp Fest, and I got to make shirts live. I'm at booth 1 making shirts for the first time, silk screening it live at the event, the first weed event in the Las Vegas amphitheater. Everybody knows it's on the shirt. I don't even have to flex on this. And I'm working my ass off. Right next door is Burner, the Burner, Cookies Burner. They came late. They didn't even show up. They're not about that hustle life. So I'm up there. I'm doing the damn thing. You know what I mean? I'm making it work. I show up and I'm silk screen. I should have got a shirt on his ass. I didn't even know who he was. Didn't care. Whatever, bro. But I got shirts to make. I'm focused. I'm zoned in. Guess what? My truck got towed. My truck got towed. And mind you, some of my shit's still in there. Mind you, I need to set up for the event tomorrow. It's the biggest event of my life. I've never silk screened before live. And I got to do it at my weed event in front of all my friends, and all my friends are helping. I got to set up a 6-arm swing press. It's heavy as fuck. After I just set up all my clothing for First Friday, I'm hobnobbing, I'm shaking hands, kissing babies, and then I go back to my truck and it's gone. Not only is it gone, but I got to set up the next day. What do I do with all my belongings that's already set up? And James said, man, I've seen you go through worse than that. Like, he talked shit a little bit. And maybe it's Michael Jordan. Maybe I need you to talk shit a little bit. Yeah, fire me up, bro. Get me fired up. Show you what I'm made out of. Like, in here. And it's like the dog in me was just like, you're right. I have a bigger touchdown ahead of me. It's not like where I live. It's the business I'm creating. It's not the fear that I feel. It's the place that I want to be. It's not the anxiety. It's the release. And in that moment, I was like, bet. So I started talking to my people around, and they let me store my shit inside the Arts Factory underneath the stairs. I'll never forget. I still got picked up somehow, some way, got a ride over to the print shop. Ronnie helped me load it into the truck, gave me a box truck, my guy, and I had to show up at like 6, 7, 8 a.m. the next day and work all day and be, gregarious and fun and all that shit. Join Weed Club. That's what it is, man. And that's why I'm like, I've seen these stories before. I was in South Korea prison, still didn't stop me. They wanted 5 years of my life for 3 grams. Please. That ain't happening. And now I'm out here in Finland again, enjoying life to the fullest. And it's a blessing to sit in parks that are peaceful and watching all the children play and having all the people lay outside with their blankets and get their little pale skin tanned. And um, I was in the Tikritla Triangle, y'all. Library Park again, just parking and sparking, enjoying life, feeling the sun on my skin. Those problems are behind me, and I can't even feel them anymore. You know, all that's in the book Endure. And it's funny because I wrote the book Endure, but it doesn't have an ending yet, right? As I become successful, then the book becomes successful. The story hasn't ended in South Korea prison like the book is now. The story continues. Wu Tang, Wu Tang. You know what I mean? And it kept going around the world with no money, no idea even what to call it when I left prison. And that was Saints Addiction. You know, when you're in a prison cell and now everybody wants to watch it 10 years later because some other YouTuber is in South Korea prison, they want to watch me talk about it so they can see what he's going through and talk shit about it. It's Troll City, man. Our attention goes in the garbage. And I'm over here saying, I want to praise, I want to raise, I want to be in the sunlight. I don't want to be inside. I want to make it ride or die. So that's what it's about. It's a mental switch, bro. I'm dead dog serious. From the Saint Shades to the Saint Slides, we've always been making all of his clothing. So those are Saint Slides. These are Samurai Shorts, Saints Addiction Samurai Shorts. So Saints Addiction right here. So Saints Addiction right here, right? So this is on both, right? Yep. I sourced the sunglasses. Saint Shades. Let's go, bro. Everything, all of it, all in. And that's what it's going to be every time. And that's what makes me an LBOG. You know, that's the addict in me. You know, like, don't give me no extra funds. I'm going all in, all on black. Let it ride. Let's go. You know, like, that's it. That's me. I can look you in the eyes and say, don't give me 20 grand. I'll put it on a business. I will in a heartbeat, right in front of you too, looking you in your eyes like it's gonna win. But I'd rather bet on me than be at a slot machine, letting other people tell me where to be and what time to wake up and what to do with my time. You got me fucked up. That ain't happening. Not on my watch. Not with this life. Not with this light. So you can choose your own path. You know? You can decide to go around the world and see different things and eat different food and talk different languages. I started to speak Finnish better and started understanding stuff on the radio, bro. Like, oh, Keski Vico. That means Wednesday, by the way. And that's today. So, oh man, I can only tell you, I feel it in my soul. With all my heart from the start, it's in me. It's a blessing. Can't you see the private jets flying over you? Bro. One of these days, y'all. One of these days. Day one's first, my guy. Right this way, Mr. Moore. You know what I'm saying, bro? Give me that red carpet. 100 M's, baby. And y'all gonna see. I would tune in on Saturday if I were you. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. We'll be going live, starting the podcast for Intersect.ai. Yep. And we're going to be doing the damn thing. Life is such a blessing. Not a stressing. Don't let nobody fucking tell you what to do. They're fucking up too. Not all of us, not one of us has the answers. Not yet anyway. Not even with AI. there's still a lot to say. So go be free. And as always, peace and love. And Chigathon, that means goodbye, but not forever in Finland, in Finnish. And I'm here in Finland. And I told you I'd see you on the other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I'll be. Peace. Sun is shining, the weather is